Welcome to Northland Basketball, presented by Sports Zone Radio. Exclusive coverage of Navajo Nation and White Mountains varsity basketball online at sportszone123.com and on the Sports Zone Radio smartphone app. And now, it's time for Northland Basketball.
Hi, folks. Welcome into Northland Basketball. Welcome into the Sports Zone's coverage of the 3A State Girls playoffs and the second round of the playoffs going on tonight all across the state of Arizona. Welcome into Show Low High School tonight, where we get to cover the number 3 seeded Show Low Lady Cougars taking on number 19 Sabino. This is Show Low Cougars basketball right here at the Sports Zone. Welcome in, everybody. My name is Floyd Simmons, and we're about ready to bring you the action tonight from Hatch Toyota Arena. And this ought to be a great game. It's the first playoff game for the defending state runners-up, the Show Low Cougars. They got to the state championship game last year before losing to the eventual champions, the Altusay Lady Falcons, who, by the way, are on the road tonight at Monument Valley in the second round of the girls' 3A state playoffs. But the Show Low Cougars would like to make a return trip to the championship game, and they feel like they've got all that they need to win a title here in 2024. We're going to find out if they can take that extra step tonight and advance to the quarterfinals, which will be played this Monday in Prescott Valley. But to do so, they're going to have to knock off a team that's very hot right now. The Sabino Sabercats have played some really good basketball, including a playoff victory for the Sabercats in the first round of the playoffs just a couple of days ago. Number 19, Sabino beat Benjamin Franklin, the 14 seed, 55-47, beat them at Ben Franklin. So it was a road playoff win for Sabino. Something, by the way, we saw a lot in the first round of the playoffs, both the boys and the girls. Some upsets out there, and that was a minor upset. Sabino, a team with a rich history of great basketball play in their past. Well, they're hoping to put something together tonight against this highly acclaimed Show Low Lady Cougars team. Starters for Sabino announced out there. And they're going to announce now the Show Low Cougars starters. And it begins with the junior, Raquel Wilson. One of the fastest and best athletes you're going to find playing basketball at the 3A level. Mackenzie Coolish, also a speed demon out there on the floor. And when Mackenzie is hot, hitting her threes, turn out the lights. Amberlyn Lindsay will get you those tough rebounds. And she's just such a hard-nosed player. Grace Moore, also another good rebounder for the Show Low Lady Cougars, getting announced. And then Aubrey Wilson, one of the most complete basketball players in 3A basketball. She can score a lot. She can run the floor with the best of them. And her defense can be among the best out there. And this Show Low Cougars team hopes to ride that starting five and the complementary players off their bench to a state championship in 2024. We're at Hatch Toyota Arena, the final home game of the season for the Show Low Lady Cougars. Meanwhile, time for the national anthem. Well done by a couple of Lady Cougars. Aubrey Wilson and Tatum Moore singing the national anthem for us tonight to get this one started. Starting lineups announced. We're about ready to go here tonight at Hatch Toyota Arena. Another broadcast of Northland basketball exclusively from the Sports Zone in the second round of the girls 3A state playoffs. The Show Low Cougars, who have had a winning streak as high as 17 games this year. That's how they started the season before they got their first loss back in December when they lost to Miami. And then eventually started a new winning streak. And when the rankings came out, they were the number one team in the state, and they kept that ranking number one in the state until they eventually lost to the Snowflake Lobos right toward the end of the season. That dropped the Cougars down to number 3. And it's also a game that featured the loss of both Aubrey and Raquel Wilson. The sisters were not available for the game as they were at an academic competition. And thank goodness they were, because I believe Show Low got a state championship, if I'm not mistaken. Whatever it was, they won the academic competition thanks to having the two Wilson sisters there for that. It did hurt the team's ranking, but they started a new winning streak, and they won 3 in a row since that loss to Snowflake, and they'll control the opening tip. It goes inside to Grace Moore. Grace is fouled immediately. 2 shots on the way for the Cougars as we get it underway from Hatch Toyota Arena, and the lady that commits the foul for Sabino. Jersey number 5, that's Malia Graham. Malia Graham picks up her first foul of the game, and that puts Grace at the line for the Cougars. Grace's first shot attempt be off the mark. She'll get a new one right here. Take another look at the replay. See if Grace can hit for the first point of the game for the Cougars, and she does. So 1-0, Show Low gets in front. Second round of the playoffs are underway, and the Cougars want to come right out with some quick defense and try to force it in backcourt. And Mackenzie Coolish with the body contact. First foul of the game on Mackenzie. And that'll be an inbound from the sideline for the Sabercats. Well, Sabino, if you look at the overall record and the seeding for the tournament, they're number 19, and the overall record for Sabino coming into the game might not impress you that much. You get a steal. Aubrey Wilson with that great defense that she plays and draws contact, a foul, count this basket. And a great start for the Show Low Cougars. Aubrey gets credit for the 2. And she'll go to the free throw line. The lady that sends her there is Chyla Combs. We're just going to call Chyla, we're going to call her Cece. So Cece Combs picks up her first foul of the game for Sabino. Aubrey misses. Amberlyn Lindsay's follow. That's no good. And we get another whistle inside. And the lady that commits the foul this time is Show Low's Grace Moore. Grace with her first foul of the game. Let me apologize right from the very get-go here for the fact that I have a deep cold setting into my chest and a lot of congestion. Don't feel good at all. I slept most of the day today to try and get some strength for this one. And I'm going to do my best for you. So let me apologize in advance as Cece Combs gets her first bucket of the game for Sabino, their first points. Show Low's lead is 3-2. Inside to Grace Moore, and Moore is blocked. Shot blocked by Jada Haley, who is one of the team leaders for Sabino. Shot goes up, that one no good. Just mentioning about Sabino's, we get yet another whistle. This will be a turnover. Sabino will get the ball back right here. 16-12 record. Obviously, if you're north of 500, that's going to get you into the playoffs most of the time. It should. Do watch Show Low get a steal. Coolish with the steal. Shot missed by Raquel Wilson. And now the ball goes into front court for Sabino. Pick up the dribble and get back to work right here. 6:24 on the clock in the first quarter. Thanks for joining us on the radio, by the way. Mix 98 KRFM Show Low, the broadcast home of the Sports Zone. And a steal for Mackenzie Coolish. She read the pass perfectly, stole the ball, uncontested for a transition bucket. So the Show Low defense is forcing the issue early on in this, and another steal. Aubrey Wilson read that pass perfectly. She's going to miss the lefty. Raquel Wilson on the follow, and that's no good either. But finally, Sabino gets the rebound. It's Marie Gomez-Munoz who pulls down the rebound. And then in backcourt, stolen by Raquel Wilson. Missed the shot. Back outside, Mackenzie Coolish. Left side for an Aubrey Wilson three-point try. Missed off the back iron. Wilson gets her own rebound. So the game is being played on the Show Low offensive end of the floor. That's the basket that Sabino is defending. And that's kind of where most of this first couple of minutes has been played. Finally, Sabino brings it across, but then Raquel Wilson steals it again. How many is that? 4 or 5 steals for the team? This time Raquel scores after the steal. And after a 7-2 start for the Show Low Lady Cougars, Sabino calls a timeout. Their head coach, in his 3rd year as the head coach at Sabino, his name is Luel Magat. Luel is from South Sudan originally, and now he is here coaching this Sabino Sabercats team. He had to call timeout to try and see if he could slow down that Show Low Cougar onslaught that has started this whole thing. You see some of the fun going on here. We're going to be joined in the second quarter for a little visit from Hatch Toyota. Hatch Toyota is doing something fun today at halftime. If you're not here, if you're planning to come get here, if you weren't planning, you might want to get here because they are giving away $1,000 in cash at halftime to somebody, and that's not just a chance to win. Somebody is going to win $1,000. If that sounds like something you want to get your hands on, why not get out here to the arena and give yourself a chance at $1,000 as Show Low's Sydney Stahl commits a foul. Sydney commits her first foul of the game and sends Jada Haley to the foul line for Sabino. So Sabino checks in on this one, 16-12 on the season. However, it's kind of been the tale of 2 different seasons for Sabino because they started the first half of their games, not good at all. And the lady at the line, by the way, Jada Haley leads the team in scoring with 17.9 a game. Unable, however, to get anything on that chance at the foul line. So Show Low stays in front, 7-2. And a rebound, near a rebound for Sydney Stahl. She's going to tip it out of bounds. And with some contact underneath, no whistle on that. The ball will go to Sabino, and Show Low is going to contest this. The length of the court, the full court pressing defense for Show Low. Smothering defense so far in the game. A number of takeaways for the Lady Cougars. Haley picks up the dribble. She's going to get a pass back inside. Tries to step underneath Sydney Stahl's defense, and Sydney commits her second quick foul right there. And Coach Christy Francis for Show Low will get Sydney off the floor here in just a second. Looks like Madison Dazen is ready to check in for her first time today for Show Low. Meanwhile, it's Jada Haley at the line for Sabino. That shot's a little bit off the mark. Number 3 seeded Show Low taking on number 19 Sabino. And the Cougars are off to a fast start here in the first quarter. 4:22 on the clock. 7-2. Show Low in front. Haley unable to hit on that foul shot either. She starts 0 for 4 at the line. This could be a 1-point game if she had been able to hit her shots. Meanwhile, the ball goes out of bounds off the Cougars into the game. For Show Low, Jordan Boyce has checked in. And so has Madison Dazen for the Cougars. Here's the ball into front court. Boyce closely guarding Gomez-Munoz. Haley drops a pass, and the shot is dropped in by Cece Combs. Cece's got her second bucket early on in the game and accounts for all of the first 4 points in this one for the Sabercats. Show Low, meanwhile, pull up 3 on the left side. It's gonna be off the mark. Rebound, Boyce. She feeds Raquel Wilson. And Raquel is right there for the basket. So Raquel gets her second field goal. Leads the early scoring for Show Low with 4 points right now. And the Sabercats will try to go to work and get something done. There's Raquel for another Cougar steal, and I think Raquel's got 3. Aubrey from the right angle, and the 2 is good. She had a foot on the line, and it counts as a 2 for Aubrey Wilson. She was within an inch or 2 of getting the 3 on that. Shot's good at any rate. And a turnover by Sabino. It is a turnover. Cougars are going to have the basketball. (11-4), the early Show Low Cougar lead over Sabino. And 2:55 on the clock in the first quarter. Inbound, and a shot from the corner is up. No good. Rebound Raquel Wilson after the miss by Madison Carrillo. And up the floor it goes, and in it goes for Jaylee Boyce. And the Cougars lead is 13-4 now. And there's another steal. Jaylee Boyce in the middle of that Show Low defense picked off another pass. The Cougars have dominated defensively so far. Madison Dazen with the... I believe she traveled with the ball, and that'll be a turnover. Show Low gives it back to the Sabino Sabercats. Thanks for joining us for our broadcast of the 3A State Playoffs here at the Sports Zone. Left side for a 3. It's on the way, and the Sabercats connect from that left angle. And delivering was Marie Gomez-Munoz. Amberlyn Lindsay answers for the Show Low Cougars, and Amberlyn has the Cougars' first 3 of the game. So the Sabercats, they got a little bit of relief there offensively the last trip down the floor, and then Show Low turned it around on them with that big 3. But nice ball movement to get it to Gomez Munoz on the baseline as she made the backdoor cut, and I think that was Haley that fed her, got the assist. The bucket good for the Sabercats. Here's a jump shot from the elbow right side, and it's Madison Dazen. Well, when it's all working, I mean, it's a thing of beauty, and right now for the Cougars, everything is working. So they give their best effort to get back first to the state quarterfinals, which a victory tonight would do. Quarterfinals on Monday in Prescott Valley. And then, of course, you win there and you get to go to Veterans Memorial Coliseum for the semifinals next Friday. Dazen brings it across for the Cougars. And the runner from the elbow right side, no good for Wilson. Rebounded by Boyce, and Boyce is headed to the foul line. Jordan Boyce going to shoot these foul shots. The lady that fouled her is Haley Hunter. Hunter's first foul of the game. Well, the Show Low side of the court is pretty well full. I mean, close to full anyway. About 80% full. So pretty good crowd has shown up for Show Low, though they would, frankly speaking, love to see more. And if you're in town, get out here. Join us at the game. Come on down. There's a lot of seats. You can see them. That's on the Sabino side right there, but don't worry, they'll take you there too. Jordan Boyce unable to make her free throw shots. And then the follow is no good for Grace Moore, who has checked back into the Cougars lineup. Well, if you'll beg my pardon, as we get into the second quarter, you're gonna hear a little less of me. Maybe that's a good thing. Maybe that's what you want. I got a little hoarseness in my voice, and I've got a lot of congestion, and I'm kind of sick, so I'm going to tone it down a little bit and try to see if I can save something in reserve for tomorrow's broadcast. We'll be at Snowflake High School. The Snowflake boys hosting Monument Valley tomorrow night. We'll have that broadcast for you. And also trying to be somewhat ready for the 4 games on Monday and 4 games on Tuesday in the quarterfinals for the girls and the boys. Here's a runner for Haley. She missed that shot, and the rebound is ripped down by Jaylee Boyce. Show Low's got it, and we've got 5 seconds left in the first quarter. Right side, Coolish wide open for a 3 in transition. Count that shot on the feed for Aubrey Wilson. What a way to end the quarter for the Cougars. Mackenzie Coolish pops the big shot from the right corner, and Show Low takes a 21-9 first quarter lead on into the second period. That's up next. Stand by for it. This is the 3A state playoffs presented by the Sports Zone.
With Choice NTUA Wireless, you can work, stream, surf, and play with the full power of our broadband service. We have expanded our network for more coverage and improved internet plans for your home. Visit one of our Choice NTUA Wireless locations nearest you to get started. Give us a call at 928-730-2273 or go online now to choice-wireless.com/broadband and order your home internet connection today. Choice NTUA Wireless. Navajo owned, Navajo proud.
Holbrook Family Dentistry is a proud partner of Sports Zone Radio's Northland Basketball. They've been serving Holbrook and the surrounding area since 2000, and they cheer for all our local teams and love it when the North succeeds. Holbrook Family Dentistry's 3 dentists are all general dentists from our local area, so they can perform most type of procedures in-house. They pride themselves on their ethics and kindness and genuinely love working with the communities of Northern Arizona. Come see us at Holbrook Family Dentistry on Iowa Street in Holbrook or call 928-524-6854.
The second quarter scoring begins for Sabino with Malia Graham hitting a mid-range jump shot. And that'll cut the Show Low lead to 10 points. And after a Cougar miss on their first second quarter possession, rebound Sabino, they go back to work here. Show Low 21, Sabino 11. The 3A state basketball playoffs here at the Sports Zone. There's a batted pass is what that is. Reese Perkins batted it away for the Cougars, and it's picked up by Boyce. Over to Reese, and Reese Perkins unable to make the shot, and they'll stop play for a moment. There's an injured player on the floor for Sabino. Play stops with 7:02 on the clock in the second quarter. Give you a reminder that the Mountain Mobile Auto Glass halftime report comes up at the break. And the young lady for the Sabercats appears to be in a lot of pain, so she's lying in the prone position for the moment. As they talk to her and they figure out what her situation is. The young lady, by the way, is Malia Graham, and Graham is able to pick herself up off the ground. And as she makes her way to the sideline, I think she's going to be all right. She got shaken up a little bit, but I think she'll be back in and she'll be fine, ready to go. 21-11, Show Low out in front in this second round 3A state playoff basketball game. The winner of this goes to Prescott Valley to play on Monday. And the opponent for the winner of this is going to be either the number 6 seed Fountain Hills, or number 22 Holbrook. I got to tell you, that Holbrook team played a great game to upset the Tuba City Lady Warriors at Tuba on Tuesday of this week. I would not bet against the Lady Roadrunners. Played some great basketball. Drive, and it's partially blocked. Rebounded by Grace Moore, and she is fouled. So Moore going to head to the foul line for the Cougars, and the lady that committed the foul is Gomez Munoz. Second time Grace has made a trip to the foul line and missed the first foul shot on this one. Missed them both. Rebound Sabino, and then a steal. Another Raquel Wilson steal. Raquel's got, I think, 4 steals in the first half. Aubrey dribbles with that left hand, has to return it to Raquel, who will go into the paint, back outside, and then the backdoor cut. Coolish, head fake, That's not Coolish, that's Reese Perkins down there. And Reese missed the shot, but it's tapped out by Sabino. Perkins checks out. Amberlyn Lindsay comes back into the Show Low lineup. And now the original 5 Show Low starters are back on the floor. Lindsay to throw it in. Grace Moore is out there, both Wilsons. Raquel, who shoots off the inbound. Aubrey Wilson is out there, and so is Special K, Mackenzie Coolish. There's a nice little jump shot for Aubrey, and Aubrey's got now 6 points in the game, takes over the team lead in scoring so far early, but yet another Show Low steal and a great pass up the floor to Coolish from Raquel Wilson. Scrambled, ball loose, picked up by Show Low. Lindsay now to the top of the key. Raquel Wilson, she drives. Fouled on her way in. And 2 shots coming for Raquel after Malia Graham fouls her, and that's her second foul of the game. Team foul number 2 in the second quarter. So while we wait for the officials to get collected here, let's introduce you to our officials in this one today. And these are well-known officials around the area. There's Brian Lang. He's turned into one of the best officials in the area, I think. So Raquel Wilson hits the first one. That's Jake Udall. Jake Udall, part of this crack team, calling this one today. And then the final official, I think, is being blocked right there. He's right on the other side. You can just you just make him out right there. It's Quinn Ashton. As Wilson goes 1 for 2 at the line. And another Raquel Wilson steal. I do not know what the Show Low record is for steals, but I got to tell you, we got to start paying attention to that. I know they're keeping that number here. We don't have the actual number, but that is 5 or 6 steals in this first half for Raquel. If she keeps playing, if she gets a lot of playing time and she keeps this up, Raquel is going to, she's got to be eventually in territory where we talk about a potential record or close to a record. Of course, maybe she doesn't keep up that particular pace, but we're going to watch and find out. She'll take it in the paint and then shovel it back outside to Amberlyn Lindsay for a shot. It's no good. And a jump ball on the rebound. In a couple of moments or less, I'll be joined by one of the guys from Hatch Toyota. They're giving away $1,000 at halftime. So why not get out here? There are more people filing in. Maybe some of them were listening on the radio or watching the live video and said, you know what, I want to take a shot at winning some Hatch Toyota's cash. Somebody's going to do that at halftime. Could it be you? Jordan Boyce tries a 3. That's no good from the right angle. And the rebound is taken down by Haley Hunter. Sabino will try to go 2-on-2, and it's knocked out of bounds. The Show Low defense able to get back. 26-11, the Cougars in front. There's a steal for Boyce. Up the floor to Wilson. Back outside to Wilson. Aubrey this time. And she goes in the paint. Dribbles left hand. Dishes. Soft jumper from the baseline is no good for Jordan Boyce. Got a score for you. At the end of the first quarter, score was Valley Christian 8, Chinley 7. Valley Christian 8, Chinley 7. That was at the end of the first quarter in that game. And there's a 3 knocked down by Aubrey Wilson. Big shot from Aubrey on the left angle. And Coach Magat calls a timeout for the Sabino Sabercats. Take another look at this. Feed Aubrey left side, and Aubrey delivers with the big shot, and the Show Low Cougars continue their hot start to this one, and that defense has been absolutely stifling out there as it leads to that right there. Aubrey Wilson's first 3 of the game. She's got 9 points to lead the scoring for Show Low. Well, our broadcast coverage of this game, part of Northland basketball here at the Sports Zone, and I want to say a special thank you to Hatch Toyota for all the partnership they give us here at the Sports Zone, and remind you all folks that this is Hatch Toyota Arena, and you know what? Seth Gaston from Hatch Toyota is stepping in to talk to us for a moment. Hey, Seth.
Hey, Floyd. Thanks for having me on.
My pleasure. Good to see you. Looking dapper as always right there, and thank you for this. Thank you for this T-shirt that you gave me before the game.
Hey, I hand-picked that one for you, and you look good in it.
I appreciate that. Also, hey, give this shot too, Derek. Can we get this shot? Because I got one of these. Here's the cowbell. There's the. Let's see if I can get. Can you hear it?
There we go.
There's the cowbell. I got the terrible towel. I don't know what we're calling the towel, but it's awesome.
Yep. Rally towel.
The rally towel. There we go. It's awesome. So you guys are kind of going all out for this one tonight, Seth.
Yeah, we're super proud of these ladies out here playing that water shot.
Mackenzie. Coolish hits her second 3 of the game.
Yeah, we're super proud of them, and they work so hard throughout the year that we put a lot of effort into hopefully supporting them and trying to get some, just feel the love that we have as a community for these young ladies.
Got a pretty decent crowd here tonight, and by the way, that's Haley Hunter delivering off the glass for Sabino. It's Show Low 32, Sabino 13 in the second quarter, about 2.5 minutes remaining till halftime. The Mountain Mobile Auto Glass halftime report is on the way. But I'm talking with Seth Gaston of Hatch Toyota. So Seth, what is it you're doing at halftime?
So we're gonna pull 5 what we call super fans out of the crowd, get them down here on the court, and they're gonna play for $1,000. Do you remember back in probably school when you used to play knockout?
Yes.
So that's what we're doing, winner take all.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
Game of knockout.
Knockout for $1,000. Should make it pretty fun. You know, we got an exciting game, and hopefully we'll have an exciting halftime.
Hey, listen, when it was knockout day in PE, who didn't love that day?
Everybody does.
Right? That's a great day, but you just never got to play for $1,000 back in those days in PE.
No, this will be pretty exciting for them. I think we had a few people. They don't know what they're getting pulled down for yet.
Okay.
We haven't actually told the crowd. We just told them we're going to look for 5 super fans, so we have some people. They're going crazy out there. You got these over here. They have their chest painted.
Yeah, it's great. The Cougar fans have really shown up in full decor and with full spirit. The student section is outstanding, aren't they?
They are. I can't tell if they got the Cougar word spelled out in the right order yet, but
it's going to take some work.
Yeah.
It says actually Cougs is what I think it says.
Is that what it is? All right.
Yeah, I think so. But they keep moving around, and it sometimes it's hard to get the jumble right.
It is, yeah. And I noticed that is the looks like the boys team is the ones that have their chest painted over there. So they're out here supporting these young ladies too.
How about the boys with that win a couple of nights ago?
Oh, that was awesome. It's really good to see that, and especially for a home playoff victory. And then, tonight if they could pick up the win, it's going to be great for Show Low.
Well, let's see. If the boys win on Saturday, and they're going to go play Gilbert Christian, if they win there, they get to go to the quarterfinals on Tuesday in Prescott Valley.
Yep.
If the girls continue the mastery that they have in this game, they'll be on the way to the quarterfinals again for a Monday game in Prescott Valley. Do you plan to make that trip down there?
We do, yeah. That's, President's Day and school's out, and so me and my family, we're planning on packing up the Sienna and going over there.
Is it one of those brand new Siennas with the great hybrid engine?
It is, and it does have the hybrid, so we'll make it there and back in less than a tank.
No kidding.
Yeah, it's insane.
No kidding. And all that power, too.
It is, yeah,
it's
fast.
got all that power. That is awesome stuff. Well, Seth, thanks for stepping in and joining me for a moment. I can't wait to see what you guys do at halftime. That's going to be so fun. And, I just tip my hat to you and the entire crew at Hatch Toyota and all the great support that the folks are giving the Show Low Cougars, both the boys and tonight this girls team. They deserve it.
Well, thank you. We love to do it, and we love coming out here and seeing the Sports Zone. And when you broadcast it, there's no one better than watching your broadcast, and we love it.
Well, man, I really appreciate that, and I know the crew does as well. They work extremely hard to provide a good product, so thank you for saying so. Appreciate it.
Thanks,
All right.
Boyd.
Thank you, Seth. Seth Gaston right there, everybody from Hatch Toyota. As you get Madison Dazen checking in with a big shot right there for the Cougars. On the other end of the floor, Jada Haley. The shot attempt that won't go in, and then ultimately with a half a minute remaining in the quarter, Cholo's got it. Long outlet, Reese Perkins drops a pass. Oh, look at Raquel Wilson. Fancy move to go around the defender and then draw the foul. 2 shots on the way for Raquel. And Jada Haley registers her first foul of the game. So $1,000 to somebody coming up at halftime. Game of knockout coming up. And that'll be a lot of fun for sure. There's Raquel trying to get the bucket. Got the foul instead. And we'll see if she can make it 2 out of 2 at the line. Unable. But Aubrey Wilson, Show Low rebound. 20 seconds left in the half. No shot clock. Dazen dribbles in, dishes. Perkins waits and makes the shot. First points of the game for Reese. Sholo's got a 37-14 lead. 3 seconds. The Mountain Mobile Auto Glass halftime report on the way. That shot off the back iron, no good by Gomez Munoz to close out the first half. And the defending state runners-up are cruising in this one so far. Sholo 37, Sabino 14. We're going to grab a timeout and come back with these festivities here. Somebody's $1,000 win coming up in a moment. The Mountain Mobile Auto Glass halftime report is on the way next. Everybody stand by for more of the Sports Zone's coverage of the 3A state playoffs. We're back in just a moment.
With Choice NT2A Wireless, you can work, stream, surf, and play with the full power of our broadband service. We have expanded our network for more coverage and improved internet plans for your home. Visit one of our Choice NT2A Wireless locations nearest you to get started. Give us a call at 928-730-2273 or go online now to choice-wireless.com/broadband and order your home internet connection today. Choice NT2A Wireless. Navajo owned, Navajo proud.
What's your style? Classic, farmhouse, yeehaw, antique, contemporary, European, bonjour. The Furniture Gallery, located in Snowflake, are the experts to not only help you discover what makes you, you, but they'll do it with your budget in mind. The Furniture Gallery doesn't just sell furniture. They help you turn a house into a home where families laugh and celebrate, share a meal, and create lasting memories. At the Furniture Gallery, they'll do whatever it takes to make you a customer for life.
Holbrook Family Dentistry is a proud partner of Sports Zone Radio's Northland Basketball. They've been serving Holbrook and the surrounding area since 2000, and they cheer for all our local teams and love it when the North succeeds. Holbrook Family Dentistry's 3 dentists are all general dentists from our local area, so they can perform most type of procedures in-house. They pride themselves on their ethics and kindness and genuinely love working with the communities of Northern Arizona. Come see us at Holbrook Family Dentistry on Iowa Street in Holbrook or call 928-524-6854.
The team at Beam & Well Drilling is like a great football team. They work hard, they work as a team, and they play to win. Their reputation is second to none, and they proudly call the White Mountains their home, even though they complete projects throughout the entire southwestern United States and beyond. No project is too big or too small for Beam & Well Drilling, so when the time comes for you to punch a hole in the ground, remember the White Mountains' top well drilling team, Beam & Well Drilling. Call anytime, 928-205-7647. Go deep with Beam & Well Drilling.
If there's one player on the field that outperforms the rest, it's Perkins Cinders. Like any All-Star, they put in the hard work by sourcing, sorting, and delivering all things dirt. Concrete materials, gravel, cinders, topsoil, mulch, and more. With over 5 decades of knowledge and expertise, manpower, and a whole lot of horsepower, Perkins Cinders will help you score that huge win with your project. Serving the entire White Mountains at PerkinsCindersInc.com. Get a load of this.
What can you do for that special Valentine in your life? How about take them out for a romantic steak dinner at Cattleman's Steakhouse, followed by 2 movie tickets to the WME theaters. Then let them know their name is in the hat to win a Valentine adventure they will never forget. Premium VIP front row tickets to Blake Shelton live in concert with special guests Dustin Lynch and Emily Ann Roberts. And if it couldn't get any better, add $1,000 cash. Happy Valentine's Day. If you have a broken windshield, call the experts at Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint and treat your Valentine to steak dinner, the movies, and a shot at front row tickets to see Blake Shelton live in concert and $1,000 cash. Call today.
536-597 Mountain Mobile Auto Glass Cash Back.
Welcome to the Mountain Mobile Halftime. A complete first half breakdown of tonight's Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week broadcast. This is the Mountain Mobile Halftime.
Halftime here at Hatch Toyota Arena, everybody. Welcome into the Mountain Mobile Auto Glass halftime reports, and we are playing a game of knockouts. I don't recognize except one person in this group of 5 that are playing a game of knockout. Well, I recognize a couple of people. I can only put one name. Is that Tony Munoz out there? Is that Big Tony? I think if I'm not mistaken, that's Big Tony, right? And you got Joey McGregor right there. I know Joey. And this is one of the moms, and her name escapes me, and I can't remember it right now. So you've got a number of super fans playing a little knockout, and somebody at the end of this will be standing and winning $1,000 from Hatch Toyota. So looks like a lot of fun, doesn't it? So the shooting goes on there while I give you an idea what happened in the first half. I'll tell you what happened. Show Low's defense put the clamps down on Sabino and had a tremendous first half. Look at big Tony Munoz. That's an NFL body right there, Tony Munoz. Tony, don't give up on your football dreams. Tony, get back in that weight room and get going and go play football somewhere and show us all what you can do. There's Tony. It's going to be Joey. It's down to Tony and Joey and the young lady right there next to him. And I believe now she's been eliminated. So Tony and Joey. Joey's a big guy, and Tony just bumped him, and I thought Joey was going to fall over. And Tony has won the game. Big Tony Munoz. You guys know him. Tony's got him $1,000 today. I think it was the big body pushing people around. This is what I think it was. Hey, we got a halftime score for you. Valley Christian leading Chinle 19-18. 19-18. Where did they end up playing that game? Does anybody know? And thank you to Myron Sosi, one of our sponsoring partners of our broadcast coverage here in the playoffs. Let's have a look at that graphic for Myron Sosi. And thank you, Myron, for the updates. He is at the Chinle game. They are at Valley Christian. They moved the site of that game. And right now, Valley Christian has a 19-18 advantage over Chinle, that game at halftime. So thank you again to Myron Sosi, State Representative, District 6. It says District 7 there. We'll fix that before Monday's action. But he is our Arizona State Representative for District 6. And that covers all this area, covers the Navajo Nation in its entirety in Arizona as well. So thank you for the sponsoring partner. Thank you to Ace Hardware of the White Mountains, Show Low, Pine Top, and Heber Overguard locations. Big thank you. This, of course, is the As we say thank you to the Furniture Gallery in Snowflake, this is the Mountain Mobile Auto Glass halftime report. Mountain Mobile Auto Glass brings you the halftime report. And we're very grateful for their partnership here with us at the Sports Zone. Just got a text message from my partner on the Mix 98 KRFM Good Morning Show, the Good Morning Show. And I got a text message from Rochelle Austin just now. Has me giggling. Thank you to White Mountain Regional Medical Center. They'll bring you the Sports Zone's Player of the Game at the end of our broadcast. Thank you, White Mountain Regional Medical Center. There's Tallman Buck and Bulls. Tallman Buck and Bulls, one of our newest sponsors. Thank you to Tallman Buck and Bulls out on the Navajo Reservation. High quality Buck and Bull stock for you from Tallman Buck and Bulls, and a thank you to them for stepping up to help us bring you this coverage. So again, here at halftime, Show Low a 37-14 lead as the dominating defense has come to play for Show Low today. You know, you can't account for whether your shots are going to go in or not. You can't really, you don't know if you're going to have a great shooting day, but you can always play great defense, can't you? And the Show Low Cougars are doing just that. The Cougars are playing some great defense. Hand it to them. And they got the lead today as a result of the great defense that they're playing out there. Leading scorer for Show Low is Aubrey Wilson with 9 points. A pair of ladies with 8 points. Raquel Wilson and Mackenzie Kulish each have 8 points. Mackenzie's got 2 threes in the game. Also in the scoring column with 4 points is Madison Dazen. Amberlyn Lindsay has 3 points. 2 points for Reese Perkins, 2 points for Jaylee Boyce, and a single point for Grace Moore, and that's Show Low's scoring in the game. Sabino is led by Marie Gomez-Munoz. She's got 5 points. Cece Combs has 4 points. Haley Hunter has 2 points. Malia Graham also has 2 points, and Jada Haley, the team's leading scorer, has been held to 1 point so far in the game. Great job. She hasn't had a field goal yet, and you got to credit that great Show Low defense for limiting Haley's effectiveness so far offensively. And we're underway with the second half as we wrap up the Mountain Mobile Auto Glass halftime report. Thank you for joining us on our broadcast, everybody. My name is Floyd Simmons, and Jada Haley will try to go inside. Still unable to connect. Grace Moore was right there in the middle of the paint, and it was enough of a barrier. Make that a tough shot for Jada, and she couldn't make it. On the other end, a Cougar travel. Show Low travels. So we bring you back in to this second half, everybody. Welcome into it from Show Low High School. Sabino has possession. I'll give you the starters for these two teams for the second half as you get another great defensive play and another steal for Raquel Wilson. Raquel with the left hand, no good. Amberlyn Lindsay rebound, no good there. And finally, Grace Moore is fouled after she got a rebound. She go to the free throw line for 2 shots, and I think that was Jada that got it. Was Jada Haley. A couple of defenders were bracketing. It ends up being Haley with her second foul of the game, first third quarter foul on Sabino. And Moore has the first foul shot. So Show Low opens up the second half scoring of this matchup between the number 3 Show Low Cougars and number 19 Sabino right here at Hatch Toyota Arena. Thanks for joining us, sports fans. As Grace hits 1 out of 2. Rebound, Sabercats. Here they go. Jada Haley changes directions. Try to get that little fingertip roll from the opposite side to go down. Would not happen for her. And it's Show Low on the run this time. Amberlyn Lindsay, too much on that one. And a rebound for Sabino. Lindsay commits a foul, hand check foul, called on Amberlyn Lindsay right after Malia Graham came down with the Sabercats rebound. First foul of the game on Lindsay. 6:36 on the clock. Second half underway. At the end of the game, the Sports Zone's player of the game to be announced, and that is going to be presented by White Mountain Regional Medical Center. Jada Haley, a little too aggressive with her lead shoulder on that trip in. Jada picks up her third foul of the game. Other games of interest around the state. You heard a while ago that halftime score, a 1-point halftime lead for Valley Christian over Chin Lee. Also at halftime, it was Monument Valley 20, Alchesay 18, 20-18 at halftime, according to somebody on our live Sports Zone Radio live YouTube chat. Thank you for that update. Somebody else reported, and I don't know at what point of the game this was, halftime or near halftime, I'm not sure. They said Page 25, Ganado 13. Halftime, there it is, halftime from Lyle. Thank you, Lyle. Page 25, Ganado 13. There's a Aubrey Wilson steal. There's a reverse lay-in, looks good. Nice finish by Mackenzie Coolish. Mackenzie in double figures for the Cougars. Sabino's got it up the floor. Maya Rustin picks up her dribble, and Maya has it taken away by Aubrey Wilson. And right back to Maya, and then she'll throw it right back to Aubrey. Play and catch those two opponents. And Raquel Wilson flies down the floor. Lays it in with her left hand. Raquel Wilson, 10 points for her. Stop play for a moment. Check those 5 on the floor for you for the Cougars. You've got Aubrey and Raquel Wilson both on the floor. Mackenzie Coolish out there, Amberlyn Lindsay and Grace Moore. Those are the original game starters out here in this third quarter. And then a couple of ladies go to the bench just now. Cece Combs is checked out of the game, and I think that was Haley Hunter checked out of the Sabino lineup. So I'll give you those 5 Sabercats in a moment after I check this jump shot for Amberlyn Lindsay. That is tipped out of bounds by Raquel Wilson, and Sabercats will have the basketball. Maya Rustin is out there on the floor. So is Malia Graham, who just inbounded the ball to Marie Gomez-Munoz. And then we get a whistle on Show Low's Aubrey Wilson. That'll be Aubrey's first foul. Jada Haley is in the Sabino lineup. And then the 5th of those Sabercats is Madison Carrillo. And the Sabercats go to work with the basketball. This Sabino team was the 3A South Region champions during the regular season. And they finished extremely strong. I was talking about their record, 16-12. It's a good record, but Sabino won their last 4 in a row, and they won 11 of their last 12 games, if I counted that right. I mean, they're one of the hottest teams in the state. But they have run into the Show Low defense today, which has been relentless and unforgiving. A great second half run for the Sabercats in their season is being threatened in a big, big way right now. Drive into the paint, and another offensive foul called. Coach Magat unhappy about the call for Sabino. He didn't like it. Take another look on the replay and see what you think about it. There's the drive. I mean, it's hard to argue with the call on that one there. You don't see the feet or not there, but that's not as important anymore because they've gone to this idea of trying to create a safer game, protect the players a little bit more, so you get these offensive player control fouls called in times and places that you didn't in the past. And it's just common. That's not an uncommon call right there. This crew, I think, calling it just like it's intended to be called now. Here's a takeaway from Madison Dazen. Sholo's got it. Tatum Moore pulls up, 17-foot jump shot, no good. There's Jaylee Boyce on the rebound. Her shot no good. Sydney Stahl out there for Coach Francis and Sholo. And eventually tipped out to Madison Dazen. There was going to be a 3-second call whistled on Sholo. Coach Francis decided to go ahead and call timeout. Save this possession with what is largely now her bench out there on the floor, right? I think we got the entire starting lineup off the floor right now at the 4:07 mark. 4:07 left to play in the third quarter, and our score 42-14. Sholo in front. We'll grab a 30-second timeout. Back in a moment with more 3A state playoff basketball right here at the Sports Zone.
What's better than a Starbucks pumpkin spice latte? 16 grandes paid for by Cellular One. Use your Cellular One talk, text, or data to enter our Winter Wednesday drawing. Every Wednesday this September, 23 lucky Cellular One customers will win a $100 Starbucks gift card. Stay connected with loved ones, and maybe you will be enjoying coffee on us this week. Check out Cellular One's Facebook and Instagram page for details. Terms and conditions apply. Must be 18 and over and September 30th. Visit our
We're back into the action. Sports fans, thanks for joining us for this broadcast of Northland basketball. Show Low Cougars basketball in the 3A state playoffs, the second round. Show Low's first playoff game as they earn themselves a first round bye. And Reese Perkins delivers 1 out of 2. 43-14. Halfway mark of the third quarter with 4 minutes exactly now left on the clock. Sabino will bring it up the floor, and it's knocked out of bounds by Sydney Stahl of Show Low, and so now an inbound coming up for the Sabercats. 3:52 remaining in the third period. Show Low working their way toward a running clock. Dazen kicks it out. And the inbound on the way here in just a moment for the Sabercats. Gomez Munoz throws a pass that's picked up by Show Low's Jaylee Boyce. Jaylee will dribble right between two defenders, but her pass is telegraphed and stolen. Nice defense by Maya Rustin. And Rustin, not just the steal, she's able to get the transition basket for the Sabercats. But a long, long road ahead in this one if the Sabercats should have remaining hopes at pulling off the upset. Comeback at this point, difficult to put together the scenario on how that happens. We get a jump ball. It'll be an inbound on the way for the Cougars here momentarily. Grace Moore returns to the Show Low lineup. So does Madison Dazen. Also into the game for Sabino is Madison Carrillo. 43-16. Show Low trying to get back to the quarterfinals. Take another step toward possible return to the state championship game. Inbound to Tatum Moore. Missed that shot. And the rebound is wrestling match for the ball on the rebound, and it is going to be a jump ball. Sabino has possession of the game, of the basketball. Well, let's see here. Window Rock with a big third quarter lead. Thank you to Brian for the update on our Sports Zone YouTube chat. Window Rock 34-11. Am I reading that one accurately? Window Rock 34-11 over Northwest Christian in the second half of that game. So the number 2 seed is looking real good. Gabby Whitney, the head coach, and her ladies look like they're taking care of business. And then we got a score of 40-13 in the third quarter. Window Rock in front of Northwest Christian. If you're out there listening and if you're at the Monument Valley Altjase game, we'd love another update on that one. Last update we had was halftime. Monument Valley 20, Altjase 18. Sabino runner is put up. Travel is called. Malia Graham on the dribble drive, and she is going to lose possession. From the corner, the shot is on the way, and that's Reese Perkins. Shot no good. Whistle. Personal foul. And it's whistled on Sabino. Sabino will be guilty, and it's Madison Carrillo picking up her first foul of the game. I want to remind you, Northland basketball fans, to get your NFHS network subscription. And I would ask you to wait until tomorrow, about middle of the day or later, to get your subscription. This game here, number 3 Show Low taking on number 19 Sabino, and Cougars are, it's all Cougars in this one today. Jordan Boyce 1 out of 2. Grace Moore rebound, and the putback is good. Grace going to the foul line. And it's a personal foul on Maya Rustin. Rustin picks up the foul. Grace has 4 points. We'll see if she gets an additional point right here. And she does. 47-16 is our score. Sabino into front court. That is Rustin. She lost that out of bounds. Show Low helped the ball go out of bounds. So the third quarter just did begin in Monument Valley, so that score is 20-18, or just about 20-18. Thank you to Leonard Keone for the updates from Monument Valley. Thank you, Leonard. And we'll find out what's going on at Valley Christian, or wherever that game is. Does anybody know where the game is being played? Because I understand that the AIA moved that location. We're going to get a blocking foul, by the way, and the lady that commits the foul is Cece Combs. She's got 2 fouls now. The Altusay Lady Falcons have come out in the second half and tied the score versus Monument Valley. It's 20-20 with a lot of basketball left to be played in Kayenta. Kelsey Romo in the game, and that shot good for Kelsey. And another. So now 49-16. So we are in running clock territory as there was contact, no whistle. Results in a Reese Perkins steal. Now the loose ball is going to be grabbed by about 4 different players. Got to be a jump ball. Did anybody see that big 3-point basket on the run for Caitlin Clark? Yesterday, I believe it was yesterday, that shot was hit by Caitlin to become the all-time NCAA Division I girls leading scorer, something like 3,500 and some odd points that she has scored. Reese Perkins, Show Low steal, and Reese has the basket. Under a minute remaining in the third quarter. So the fourth quarter is going to go by pretty quick. We've got a running clock here in a bit. Whistle, stoppage, 48 seconds remaining third quarter. We'll get a running clock. We'll be able to announce the Sports Zone's player of the game, brought to you by White Mountain Regional Medical Center. We'll be able to do that kind of early in the fourth quarter because I'm pretty sure that Coach Francis won't play her starters a whole lot in the fourth period, so we'll be able to make that determination. Madison Dazen brings it across. This is Tatum Moore. Tatum picks up the dribble and then lobs a pass to her sister Grace. That's broken up. Sabino takes over the basketball. For the Cougars, they have a pair of ladies with 10 points each to lead the scoring as Sabino throws it into backcourt. Raquel Wilson has 10 points. Mackenzie Kulish has 10 points. And Aubrey Wilson has 9 points. I mean, you could make it any one of those ladies right there. 51-16, Show Low. Cougars throw it in. Well, Monument Valley has scored 7 unanswered points against Altusay. They lead 27-20. Monument Valley in front of Altusay. 6 minutes on the clock in the third quarter at Monument Valley. And a timeout on our broadcast to end the third quarter. We'll be back in a moment for the fourth quarter. A running clock to be employed. This one's going to fly by for the final 8 minutes. 51-16, Show Low in front of Sabino. This is the Sports Zone's coverage of the 3A state playoffs. Back with the fourth quarter after this.
With Choice NTUA Wireless, you can work, stream, surf, and play with the full power of our broadband service. We have expanded our network for more coverage and improved internet plans for your home. Visit one of our Choice NTUA Wireless locations nearest you to get started. Give us a call at 928-730-2273 or go online now to choice-wireless.com/broadband and order your home internet connection today. Choice NTUA Wireless. Navajo owned, Navajo proud.
Not only does Perkins Cinders dominate site excavation, driveway building, and underground utility installation, they operate cinder pits and mines where they are literally crushing materials year-round. Don't just finish a construction job, crush it. Perkins Cinders, helping you get a load of this.
Hey, they're rocking out to some Prince Rogers Nelson here at Hatch Toyota Arena. And throwing out some goodies to the fans. They're loving it, having a good time. The celebration on here at Show Low High School as they are on their way to a second-round state playoff victory over the Sabino Sabercats. I know it's early in the second half. As you just saw on video, well, I got to ask you, Derek, do you think that counts as a steal right there? That's not a steal, is it? I don't think it is. If it were a steal for Raquel Wilson right there, that would be her 9th of the game. She has 8 right now. That's an official count from the Show Low stat keeper. 8 steals in the game so far for Raquel Wilson. She won't play a lot, I don't think, in this fourth quarter. There's her 9th steal. If that last one didn't count, this one will. Wilson takes it away. Show Low's defense has been superb today. And Sydney Stahl comes off the bench and drops a jump shot from the elbow on the right side. That'll be the first points of the game for Sydney. Show Low's got everybody but Tatum Moore to score a point today. Everybody. And Tatum's not out there right now. Wilson from the corner for 3. It's going to be hard right now. I think with that shot made and that last steal recorded, I think my vote right now is going to be for Raquel Wilson for the Sports Zone player of the game in this one. Here's another look at Raquel. Step that foot back and deliver the 3 from the corner for the Cougars. Raquel's got that. She's got the team lead in scoring at 13 points. And she has stolen 9 possessions from Sabino. So if she gets another steal, then she's got a double-double today. And one of the, probably the hardest of the double-doubles to get is the one that includes steals, right? Sydney Stahl just committed her 3rd foul of the game. Those listening on radio are tuned in to Mix 98 KRFM Show Low, the broadcast home of the Sports Zone across the White Mountains. Thanks for joining us as well on our live video broadcast on the Sports Zone Radio YouTube and Facebook channels. Been a tough luck night for that young lady, Jada Haley, who is the team's leading scorer, but defensively, Show Low has limited her to just 1 point in the game. And by the way, that Chinley versus Valley Christian game is being played at Mountain Point. At the end of the third quarter, Chinley had a 29-24 lead over Valley Christian. So thanks again to Myron Sosi, one of our sponsors, state representative, District 6, but also the guy who's giving us those updates on how the Chinley Lady Wildcats are faring against Valley Christian. Coolish, drive, dish. And the shot no good. Well, after 9 unanswered points by Monument Valley. Alchese finally got in the scoring column. But it's Monument Valley 29, Alchese 22 with 5 minutes on the clock in the third quarter. Nice run by Jason Franklin's Lady Mustangs right there to get some separation, but there's a lot of time left in that one for Alchese. Ton of time. And another steal. This time it's Aubrey Wilson. No, look at the spin. Look at the move by Aubrey. She got the defender to reach in, and when she did, at that split moment, when Haley reached toward the ball, Aubrey spun the other direction. Turned that into an easy basket. And Aubrey's night includes 11 points scored so far. The Show Low Cougars, they have been just marvelous today, haven't they? 58-16. Here's a runner on the way for the Sabercats. That's no good. And rebounded by Tatum Moore. Tatum hasn't scored yet. She's the only lady for Show Low not to score in this game. Ball tips off her hands. Rebounded by Rustin. Maya Rustin has the rebound and drops it back to Jada Haley. And Sabino brings it into front court. Left side. Sabercats for three. That's going to rim out no good. Rustin underneath. And she is going to the foul line. Nice rebound by Maya. She's going to take a look and see if she can lend a hand to Sydney Stahl. Slow in getting up for the Cougars. We'll check the foul. It was Show Low's Jordan Boyce that committed the foul. Oh, I take it back. That's an offensive foul. They're going to get Malia Graham on that. And Malia has just fouled out of the game for the Sabercats. Well, my bad on that. I thought that was a foul on Show Low. I was wrong. 2:25. This running clock has really burned a lot of time, hasn't it? There's Tatum Moore. Pull up. Will she score? She does. And with that bucket, everybody on the Show Low roster has scored today. Every single individual suited up for Show Low's gotten into the scoring column. And I know that that's going to make Coach Francis proud. I'm sure she'll have a comment about that in our post game. There's a nice move by Jada Haley. Been looking for something like that all day. First time that Jada has now scored from the field, and she'll get a chance to add a free throw to it right here after Grace Moore picks up her second foul of the game. Well, here come three into the game for the Cougars. Jordan Boyce comes in. Kelsey Romo checks in. Reese Perkins into the game to take the rest of those Show Low starters off the floor. Finish out the final 90 seconds with that clock running right now. And the free throw is just off the mark for Jada. Rebound Show Low up the floor. Reese Perkins flags it down and takes the extra step. Running clock for the next 10 seconds, and then they'll go to the normal. Well, I was going to say we'll get to a normal clock in the final minute with the usual stoppages. But first, Coach Magat calls a timeout. Timeout for the Sabercats. Well, that'll give me a chance to tell you what we've got coming up on our broadcast schedule. Tomorrow night we'll be at Snowflake. Snowflake, the Lobos hosting the Monument Valley Magical Mustangs. Tomorrow night we'll be there at Snowflake High School. Join us, won't you, in the second round of the boys 3A state playoffs. So that's tomorrow night, 7 o'clock tip-off. How about that Monument Valley team? They just barely went above 500 with their win at the Page Sand Devils couple of nights ago, Wednesday night. They beat the Sand Devils, and with the victory, finally they go above 500. It's amazing. Monument Valley had big-time struggles in December, but, you know, they never gave up on themselves, and Coach Randolph Gilmore has done some great things with that team like he always does in his 3 seasons. As the head coach of Monument Valley, he has won the 3A North Region Tournament all 3 seasons. How do you like that, huh? Great stuff. Great stuff from Coach Randolph Gilmore and that club. As this one is put in, Madison Dazen with the shot. Final 39 seconds right here. So tomorrow night, and this Mustangs team, by the way, they needed to beat Page in the 3A North Region tournament in that tournament semifinal game just to get to the state playoffs, which they did. And then they defeated the top seed in the tournament, Chinle, to win the tournament, which they did, and that gave them the 23 seed. They were able to sneak into the playoffs with that victory over the Sand Devils, and then they beat the Sand Devils again. They beat the Sand Devils again in the state playoffs in the first round a couple of nights ago. Big win on the road for them, and so Monument Valley, magical in their postseason. A lot like last year, kind of feels like it, doesn't it? So get a whistle with 0.4 seconds left. We'll get an inbound, and then that'll be the end of the game as Reese Perkins picked up her first foul of the day on that one. Here's the inbound, and the game is over, and the Show Low Cougars are advancing to the state quarterfinals. Show Low is going to play on Monday, and the Cougars, here's what is in store for Show Low. They're going to play either Fountain Hills, the 6th seed, or Holbrook, and we don't really know how that game has been going. But I tell you, Holbrook, after a win over Tuba City, I like their chances a lot right there. So Show Low advances. They will play at the Findlay Toyota Center on Monday. And that game is going to be at, well, we don't know what time that game is going to be. Not sure. Since they're the 3 seed, I assume it's going to be maybe the 1:30 game. Or no, take it back. The 3 o'clock game I think they're going to have. I believe it's 1 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 7 o'clock on Monday. I think that's how it's going. But as a 3 seed, I think they're going to get the second game of the day. Meanwhile, time for us to announce our Sports Zone Player of the Game presented by White Mountain Regional Medical Center. I mean, obviously it's Raquel Wilson, right? Right, guys? Raquel Wilson? Anybody gonna deny me on that? She led the team in scoring with 13 points, and she registered, we think 10 steals in the game. I think she had 10 steals. I think she had a double-double. And a marvelous performance by her and that entire defense for Show Low leads them to this win, 64-18, the final score. For the Show Low Lady Cougars, what a night tonight at Hatch Toyota Arena. So we're gonna hang loose here for just a minute. Okay, so officially the official steal count is 9. 9 steals. Can you hear me all right?
Yes.
All right. Final score for the Show Low Cougars in their opening playoff matchup with Sabino, 64-18. Show Low dominates, especially on defense, to get this second round girls 3A state playoff victory tonight at Hatch Toyota Arena. I welcome you in, everybody. My name is Floyd Simmons, and we'll talk to the Sports Zone's Player of the Game presented by White Mountain Regional Medical Center. The junior, Raquel Wilson, is right there, and she joins us. Raquel, congratulations.
Thank you.
What a game, Raquel. You and the ladies, I mean, you guys were dialed in all game long. Congratulations. Tell me about the victory.
I think it was a really good game for all 12 girls. There was a really good momentum. Everybody scored. Everybody worked hard on defense, and it was just a good flow to the game.
So, have you ever personally, in your recollection, had a defensive game quite like the one you had today? The game you had 9 steals in this game. I don't know if you know that or not. 9 steals, Raquel. That's unbelievable. Can you recall playing a game quite like that?
To be honest, I don't know. I'm not sure. Yeah, it was a good night for sure. So.
It was a great night, and the entire defense was fantastic, right? Give me some thoughts on the kind of preparation the Cougars put into playing defense.
We work on it every day in practice. We go hard on each other. We mix up the teams. It's not just starters against the second string, so we mix it up. And it's just an expectation to work hard on defense if offense isn't working. Yeah.
Just what it is, right?
Yes.
Was there ever any doubts as you open up your playoffs? Any doubt tonight about the outcome of this game?
Absolutely not. I think we all have the expectation that we want to go far in state. So.
Well, up next for you and the ladies, you get a chance to go to the quarterfinals on Monday, and you will play either Fountain Hills or Holbrook, okay? And we don't know who the winner of that game is yet. In fact, I haven't gotten an update. I don't know if you've heard anything about that.
No, not yet.
Is there anything about those two teams that you've thought about, or is there a team you worry about one more than the other, or is it just you've got to go play basketball, take care of business? How do you approach it?
I think we all know that we should win on Monday. We want to work hard, get that win. I think we're all preparing for Window Rock or Page, one of those two teams. That's who we have in the back of our mind, but definitely we have to concentrate on our first game on Monday, and after we get by that one, then it's Window Rock or Page.
What's the weekend going to be like for the Lady Cougars then? Is there going to be, you going to work hard in any practice this weekend, or do you take some time off for Monday? How does that work?
We have a practice early in the morning tomorrow. We just know we have to get in and still work hard. It's not over yet. Like Coach would say, enjoy this one tonight, but then think about the next one.
Before I let you go, is there anything you'd like to say about your teammates?
They all did fantastic. I'm super proud of them.
All right, well done. Congratulations.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right, Raquel Wilson, the junior, had a great game. She scored 13, and she actually had almost as many steals as she did points today. 9 steals for Raquel Wilson, the Sports Zone's Player of the Game, presented by White Mountain Regional Medical Center. Talk now with head coach Christy Francis. Show Low has defeated Sabino. The number 3 ranked Show Low Lady Cougars defeat number 19 Sabino in the girls' second round 3A state playoffs. 64-18, the final score. Congratulations, Coach Christy Francis.
Thank you very much, sir.
Boy, your defense was smothering. It was suffocating out there. That defense was special today.
I thought so too. We knew that they were coming in, nothing to lose, and they're fast and they're scrappy. And I mean, number 2 is in contention for the freshman of the year. So our focus, as it usually is, was to play really tough defense, and it led to offense. So I'm just really proud of the girls.
We gave our player of the game to Raquel Wilson. She led your team with 13 points, but
it could have been a whole bunch of them, right?
Yeah, and that really, the point total for Raquel is really inconsequential. Doesn't really matter. Everybody on your roster scored in this game. I know that makes you proud.
It does.
But it's Raquel's defense, which was among a whole team that played great defense. It was kind of the headliner. 9 steals for that young lady. Wow.
Yeah, we had the region meeting last week, and when I took the stats to the meeting, I'm like, we have 3 people with over 100 steals. Like, we're just freaking all over the place on defense. It's fun.
Yeah, you've got to be proud of the effort.
Proud.
Anything else about this game? Anything else about the victory over Sabino? The way your team, the lopsidedness of it, it was a landslide out there. Anything you want to say about this that's important to understand about the Cougars as you keep moving forward in the playoffs?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, you look at the score, and it is kind of one-sided. However, we don't often play 4 good quarters, and we did tonight. And so I'm really hoping that momentum carries us over. Being excited for our teammates, that needs to carry over, and I love the fact that everyone played and everyone scored. You can't do much better than that.
Talking with Christy Francis, head coach of the Show Low Cougars, and so now it's a return trip to the quarterfinals. You get to be...
Yeah, do you know who I play yet?
Well, I'm looking here, and the bracket is not updated yet, except that Window Rock has been posted. I know you don't play them yet. Not yet. Window Rock has defeated Northwest Christian by about the same measure you did today. 55-18 was the final there. We're waiting to find out.
Someone told me that Holbrook Fountain Hills game was a 1-point game. So
really?
Yeah.
And we don't know which way?
Nope.
One point, one way or the other. Let me just check one more source here to see.
Yeah, because honestly, we'll be here in the morning, and we got to prepare for one or the other, right? But I've watched film on Fountain Hills, and obviously we've played Holbrook twice, so we have a little bit of an idea there. But
yeah,
just really proud of him. I want him to enjoy it tonight, but we got to get ready to go to work tomorrow.
So before you leave, is there anything you'd like to say about
the crowd?
The night, the crowd, and the sponsors and everybody else who participated.
Man, I looked up. I don't usually pay attention to the crowd, but I looked up at one point and I was like, man, we could do this every night, right? This was exciting. Hatch Toyota, I mean, they just came through big time. The community came out big time. I'm just really proud to be a part of this, and it was fun for the girls.
It was fantastic.
Thank you to everyone that showed up.
Coach, this morning you came onto our morning show, our radio show, and you talked about the game. But the thing that you did personally was you gave this T-shirt to me. Derek, our camera guy, got one as well. And it's a special shirt, not just because it looks great there, but because of this.
The girls were excited to do that. You guys probably don't really understand the impact that you have on our program. I know for a fact that just for me, there's 3 different states of family members watching because of you guys doing what you do, and it's the same thing for our girls. Their grandparents. There's grandparents here tonight for the for Special K. It's the first time they get to see her live, but they feel like they've been at all the games because of what you guys do. So
that's
we're
fantastic.
just so grateful.
Well,
grateful.
Coach, it's been our pleasure, and I'll say this. You know, we love doing it anyway, but your team makes it a lot of fun when you watch that quality of basketball, because you don't always get to see quality basketball every time you go up there, but your team brings it all the time. So I congratulate you.
Thank you so much.
You're doing a great job. Keep it up. We can't wait to see you on Monday. Okay?
Hey, we're going to go for it. Thanks,
all right,
guys.
You got it. Coach Christy Francis right there, the head coach of the Show Low Cougars. And that victory right there, final score again, 64-18. Show Low has defeated the Sabino Sabercats. Next up for us, tomorrow night we go to Snowflake. The Snowflake Lobo boys, the number 7 seed in the 3A state tournament, get to take on number 23 Monument Valley. But watch out for the Mustangs. They're much better than 23, and they are, I think, the hottest boys team in the state right now. Others may argue, but I've watched Monument Valley do some special things in the last couple of weeks, and they seem like they're just going to keep on going with that. So you got to watch out if you're the much higher seeded Snowflake Lobos. Don't look past Monument Valley tonight. That ought to be a great game. We'll have it for you tomorrow night, tipping off at 7 o'clock right here on our Sports Zone Radio, Facebook, and YouTube channels. Then, on Monday, we've got wall-to-wall coverage. We've got all 4 exclusive live stream coverage games for you in the girls' quarterfinals. All 4 games on Monday, and then the boys' quarterfinals, all 4 games on Tuesday. The only place to find it is on the NFHS network, and the Sports Zone will have that live video presentation for you there. I ask you to wait until we can publish our NFHS games on their network, publish those games ready to go, and then you can go search for those games tomorrow at about noon. And for the rest of the weekend, that's when you can do your subscription to the NFHS network. If you're going to subscribe, we ask that you do it that way. And that helps us a lot. We get the credit for that subscription, and it helps the Sports Zone immensely when you do that. So please do that. Please subscribe that way through the games that we will publish tomorrow for the girls on Monday. And then your subscription is good for the rest of the way, for the rest of the week. For the boys' quarterfinals, all you got to do is pay the one time, and you're good for Monday, Tuesday, and then Friday the semifinals, Saturday the championships, and all levels too. It's good for 2A, 1A. It's good for the 6A on down, the Open Division, NFHS network games. You get a month of coverage there with your subscription, and I ask that you would do that tomorrow. Subscribe through our platform, our games that we'll publish. And that's it. That's going to do it, everybody, from here tonight at Hatch Toyota Arena. What a night and what a performance for the Show Low Lady Cougars. They win 64-18. Big thank you to our producer, Derek Simmons. Our technical director is David Simmons. And shooting camera for us tonight, Big Sean Ulvestad, everybody, for the entire crew. Floyd Simmons here saying thanks for joining us. Saying God bless you, and do join us again tomorrow night for the boys' 3A state playoffs at Snowflake. Monument Valley at Snowflake. Can't wait to bring it to you tomorrow night. And be safe out there. We'll see you again real soon for our next broadcast of Northland basketball in the playoffs. Our coverage presented by Choice NTUA Wireless and a number of great sponsoring partners of ours. Until then, good night, everybody, from Show Low.